Hi, and welcome to Great Data Minds. Today, we're really excited to have our guest, Matt Stava. Matt is CEO of Spinnaker Support here in Denver, Colorado. And today, we're going to talk about bringing up funding so you can innovate with data. And so thanks for coming today and getting on the call with me, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Julie. Appreciate you having me on. I appreciate it very much. Looking forward
to it. We've been doing stuff together a long time. We're not going to tell the audience how daggum long, but well, we started doing supply chain analytics and
stuff. Way back. Way back.
And then you morphed into doing this stuff.
20 years or so. That's right.
Yeah, and into Spinnaker, which is now a global organization. So tell the audience a little bit about you and your organization.
Yeah, so I started Spinnaker Support. It's 12 years old for us right now, and I'm president CEO of it. We growing about 20 to 30% per year, just year on year. Next year is looking more like 40 to 60% based upon what's going on. A little bit of COVID-related impacts has helped us. Like you alluded to, we do save companies a lot of money and provide a great value for them. And so when they're out there looking to burn furniture to heat their buildings, we're a good solution for them.
Good. Or innovate, right?
Innovate. Well, yeah, I mean, they can use a lot of the savings to do the innovations that they need to be doing and not spending it on sort of the mundane, routine maintenance of their Oracle and SAP software package. So we're able to really free up a lot of funding for them.
Yeah, I mean, go into that a little bit more, Matt. Tell the audience, how does that work? How do you start the conversations? I know that you just worked with one of our clients and saved them, God, an amazing amount of money. But maybe you could, it was a great savings.
Saved them off of their, that was a Oracle spend. Yeah, we saved them right at 60, 61%. So that's a huge amount for a lot of companies. Yeah. It doesn't matter what size of business you are.
Yeah.
But a lot of them reach out to us. They find us based upon looking at third-party maintenance for their Oracle and SAP packages. It is certainly something that is promoted by Gartner, promoted by many analysts out there following these markets in terms of being a tool that CIOs need to have in their belt in order to really make the savings and perform for their business owners inside their operation. So they reach out to us. We talk to them. A lot of their questions surround license steps and will I get audited? There's security. There's compliance, there's tax and regulatory, and so we as an organization have built different groups that manage all of those types of aspects for our customers.
Globally, that's
so they come for the savings. They're interested in savings. That's all obviously, something a lot of companies, especially these days, want. But they stay for the value. They're getting so much more out of this relationship than they ever got out of Oracle or SAP from a support perspective.
And a lot of folks moving to the cloud impacts you, right? They come to you when they start to lift and shift some of their stuff over to AWS or Google.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can do the full support as long as it's a license that you own. We can do the support whether you host it, whether you have it internally, or whether it's sitting on AWS. We also help companies lift and shift those packages over to do that. To hit the cloud, to get some of that package operation into the cloud.
Yeah, I know you have a great team. Just for clarification, Oracle, SAP, Salesforce is where you help organizations. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, on the third-party maintenance, it's really SAP and Oracle, and it's all products within those. So we have wide-body operations here in terms of a team. We're a global team, as you alluded to earlier, so we've got 24/7 coverage, 365 on all these different package areas inside those two areas. On the Salesforce.com, it's something we just started earlier this year, actually, right before COVID happened. But we're taking over managed services of Salesforce.com. So a lot of companies have spent a lot of time implementing this thing, haven't really figured out what that support model is internally for their organization. So that's something that we've jumped into, and it's growing very, very fast. We've hired a few people, and it's exploding. We're doing more hiring than it's fun for the recruiters around here. They're very busy.
Great, good. So. Do organizations, are they fear that, the vendors aren't going to support them properly because they're not buying their support directly from them? How do you get around all of that?
There's always an unfair uncertainty and doubt, right, that the vendors put into the customers, that you won't get the security, you won't get the patches, you won't get these upgrades. And I think what companies, big and small, everything from Fortune 100 down to, small manufacturing distribution groups, are looking at this and saying, I'm just not getting the value. So Spinnaker, if you can help me understand what your security updates are, and as it turns out, ours are faster, better, and more efficient than what the vendor even provides. The vendor provides a security patch that may fix a lot of different things. It starts breaking things internally. So we create more of a bespoke operation or solution for those customers. So once you kind of just answer some of those questions, then you realize there's thousands of companies out there running third-party maintenance, third-party support, and it's become much more mainstream in that respect. So it's something that, like I said, large corporations as well as small ones are reaching out to us on.
Great, great. You guys even do government work. Don't you work with some government agencies, local?
Yeah, we do a lot of government agencies, a lot of state, and not as much federal, but state and local. Different cities run different application sets, so we'll work with different cities around the nation as well as the UK. We're on all the UK procurement operations over there as well. So we get a lot of the state and local in the UK as well in Europe.
Oh, interesting. Good. So how's it work if you have an interest? What's the process? I know I sat through some of it with the recent work that we did together, but
yes,
maybe you could explain it to the audience.
Sure. It all revolves around the maintenance end date, the maintenance renewal date for that particular set of applications. So if you're running a database application or a database structure, and your maintenance end date is November 30, you've got to start kind of backing up from there. When do you have to notify Oracle? When do you have to notify SAP, for example? And then what decisions you need to make up until that point, right? In terms of proposals, in terms of security, in terms of compliance, some of those things that we work through. So it's really based around that maintenance renewal date. Once you cross that, the vendor's going to have you locked in for the next year, and so you've got to sit there with those vendors for the next year. So I think for companies out there that are even looking or thinking about this, really focus on what that date is, and then back up. And it can be as short as a month. We can roll somebody on pretty quickly as long as you've given your notification to the vendor. For us, it can happen very, very fast. Some companies have more procurement operation and procurement process they have to go through. Others don't. It kind of just depends. But it can take anywhere from a month to 6 months. Another important element to this piece is the onboarding. And what we do is we do the archiving. So if you've been paying maintenance for years and you're looking to switch to a third-party maintenance model, you will lose the rights to those patches and pieces of software and upgrades and so forth that you paid for in the past. It's never been a big deal. If you're paying maintenance, you can always log back onto that Oracle or SAP, download that piece of software that you paid for with your maintenance stream, and then implement that or install that. But once you cut the OEM off, you lose that access. So what we do is we go through a pretty significant archiving process to make sure that we get all that data across, all that information and proprietary software across into a repository that we can access later.
Nice. Cover all the bases, huh?
We do, yeah. It's very comprehensive. Been at it a long time. We know exactly how to do it.
Yeah, I know. Once again, you have an amazing team. I've worked with them down there. They're really great. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, they can feel free to reach out to us at info@greatdataminds, or you can go to spinnakersupport.com and reach out to the info there. Is it info.com at Spinnaker Support?
Yeah, it's
at Spinnaker Support.
It's just spinnakersupport.com and hit contact us.
Okay, great.
Fill out a form, or there's a little pop-up that'll pop up as well, and there's a phone number as well. So
Great.
those is a great way to reach out to us.
So thanks for providing these great solutions for our organizations as they start to innovate and lift up to the cloud and everything. And Matt, thanks for your time. Once we get out of this COVID, let's go have a glass of wine, okay?
That's great. Love to, Julie.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.